President Tinubu ends emergency rule in rivers, but questions linger. President Bola Tinubu has lifted the emergency rule in Rivers State after 6 months, restoring Governor Siminalayi Fubara and state lawmakers to office. The emergency was imposed after a bitter political fight between Fubara and members of the State Assembly, who tried to impeach him over budget issues. Tinubu said the step was needed to stop the state from sliding into chaos. During the period, a retired Navy chief was appointed to run the state. This decision was unusual. Nigeria has declared emergencies before, such as during the Boko Haram insurgency in 2013, but governors were not suspended at the time. That makes Rivers a rare case where both the governor and the assembly were sidelined. Rivers is one of Nigeria's main oil-producing states, and some see the intervention as more about protecting oil revenues than about fixing local politics. With the emergency lifted, normal governance will resume. But the rift between the governor and his rivals has not gone away, and it remains to be seen whether the state can avoid another crisis without federal intervention. Prince Nicholas Nwachukwu, the APC governorship candidate in Anambra State, Nigeria, is reportedly facing serious issues with individuals he allegedly owes large sums of money. As the Anambra governorship election draws closer, more revelations are emerging about some aspirants. Our correspondent in Accra, the state capital, reports that Prince Nicholas Nwachukwu is under pressure from individuals claiming that instead of paying back his debts, he diverted the funds to finance his election campaign. They described this as unacceptable and are urging voters not to elect him, warning that if he becomes governor, he may mismanage the state's treasury. Concerns are not limited to Nwachukwu. Governor Charles Soludo has also come under heavy criticism. Many residents say he will likely serve only one term, arguing that his leadership has failed to deliver meaningful results. According to them, insecurity in the state has worsened since he took office, with no effective measures put in place to tackle the problem. These developments highlight growing frustration among Anambra residents, who are calling on voters to make the right choice at the polls. They warn that electing the wrong leader will only deepen the state's economic hardship, which is already affecting Nigerians across the country. The reckless borrowing by the federal government of Nigeria is pushing the country's economy toward collapse if immediate action is not taken. President Bola Tinubu's economic team appears to lack the proper knowledge of economic policy. The Viewers' Corner news team appeals to President Bola Tinubu to sack the current team and appoint competent professionals. A capable economic team would not continue advising the government to borrow excessively from the World Bank and other sources. Today, Nigeria's debt has reached an alarming level, creating a huge burden for both the government and future generations. Even worse, Nigerians are largely unaware of how this borrowed money is being spent, which is deeply concerning. We urge Nigerians to continue appealing to the APC and President Bola Tinubu administration to develop a new strategy to stabilize the economy. The government should explore internal solutions and address the excessive borrowing problem. Additionally, the introduction of too many taxes has already put further strain on Nigerians, yet the situation continues to deteriorate. Governor Dadal Lawal, the Zamfara state governor in Nigeria, allegedly said that he knows where the bandits who are killing Nigerians are hiding in his state. This statement supports what the late military leader, General Sani, said years ago: any insurgency that lasts for a significant period is something the government knows about. Governor Lawal revealed that he had wanted to take drastic action against terrorists and bandits in his state, who are killing innocent Nigerians daily. However, the military reportedly told him they could not proceed because they received orders from Abuja not to act. Similarly, ex-Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State raised comparable concerns, which the government ignored. Now, innocent Nigerians are paying the price for decisions they had no control over. This situation is deeply troubling, and urgent solutions must be found to stop the killings immediately. Insecurity remains the biggest challenge in Nigeria. Even if the government cannot fully assist its citizens, Nigerians are appealing for basic safety, a country where people can live and do business without fear of being killed. This is not too much to ask from the government of Nigeria. No reasonable government anywhere in the world would continue to tax its citizens without providing certain essential amenities. Information reaching the Viewers' Corner News from our correspondent in Abuja revealed that, starting from January 2026, Nigerians would have to pay taxes each time they purchase petrol. Now hear this. Tax is a good source of income for any government anywhere in the world. But the government of Nigeria is doing it the wrong way. The people of Nigeria are already stressed out. Those who are working cannot survive on the money they earn from their salaries. The government of Nigeria has not provided a conducive environment for Nigerians to work and pay the taxes being demanded. Insecurity has taken over Nigeria, which we had expected the government to have ended by now. Corruption is also another problem. Nigerians cannot be sure that the money they pay as taxes is not stolen. Honestly, the economy of Nigeria is completely messed up, and until a great leader who understands economic policy is elected to manage the country, Nigeria may never come out of this terrible situation. Again, because of poor government policies that have affected the economy so badly, Nigerians are now relocating to other countries, which should not be the case. Another major problem is state governors who receive monthly allocations but fail to use them to improve the lives of their people, which is very bad. APC and President Bola Tinubu's government is trying to silence Nigerians who are bold enough to criticize the corrupt activities of his administration. It is no longer a secret how the APC and President Bola Tinubu's government is trying to shut down the platforms of some Nigerians who use their social media handles to expose the government's corrupt activities. We want to remind the government of Nigeria that freedom of speech is a fundamental right in a democracy, so attempting to arrest or stop those using social media to highlight the government's wrongdoings is unacceptable. No activist should be intimidated, because through their messages, the world gains a clear understanding of how the government of Nigeria is operating. Again, if the government of Nigeria is uncomfortable with the negative publicity generated by Nigerians, then it should go back to the drawing board, identify where it went wrong, and correct it. We believe that as Nigeria heads toward the next election, the government has already begun planning ways to clamp down on critics. Such moves could backfire if not handled wisely. We are therefore pleading with the government of Nigeria to always listen to the voice of the people if they truly want to remain relevant in the 2027 election.